Yes, guys, welcome from me, Championship Manager 0102, another player profile and another request. And this is the great beanpole himself, Baldy Jaap Stam. Now, Jaap Stam, love him or hate him, he was a great player. Not necessarily for Man United. I think there was a lot of issues at Man United that saw him depart. It's quite interesting, really, because no one really knows the full extent of his departure from Man United. He departed Man United, of course, just before CMO 102 was made. Jaap Stam, who, believe it or not, is 50 years old now. That is crazy. But starting his youth career at a team called DOS Kampen, he kicked off his career in 1992 with FC Zwolle. Is it Zwolle? A Dutch team. He was 20 years old. He had to move around. He stayed in Holland. He moved in 93 to SC Cambuur. He moved in 95 to Willem. But in 96, he moved to PSV, which was obviously, at the time, Holland, big side in Holland, of course, them and Ajax, 76 games. Now, the bizarre thing, right, this is really ironic and bizarre, 76 games for PSV Eindhoven. In 1998, he made his move to Manchester United. 79 games for Man United with one goal. Now, I've just thought, I wrote this stuff down, but it'll actually be here, won't it? 60, 76, 73. You see, that's a little bit, mind you, they might have included subs. I don't know. That conflicts it. Okay. Not a massive issue, but that's just a few bits that I wrote down. After Man United in real life, anybody remember where he went to? Well, you should, if you play CM. He went to Lazio, another 70 appearances. And then at Milan in 2004, and then now this is ironic, because I didn't know this, but he finished his career at Ajax. That's a bit like somebody starting their career at Rangers and finishing it at Celtic. Finishing it at Ajax in 2006-2007 season. Now, I forget who it was, right? I don't know if it was Man United or if it was Holland or what. But I remember there was a penalty shootout. And Jaap Stam, he's not exactly renowned for taking penalties, but he did a typical fucking defensive penalty and it just hoofed it over the moon. But I can't remember who it was for. Because I remember it was like out the stadium. The fucking penalty was awful. Managerial career then. So in 2009... he was the caretaker manager of PEC Zwolle, which are the same team as FC Zwolle. I just think they were rebranded. But he was only caretaker manager. 2014 to 2016, he was in charge of the Young Ajax. Now, Young Ajax, Ajax 2, Jimmy Fat Savile Ajax, if you want to call him that. 2016 to 2018. Again, this was, I think I vaguely remember this, 7-8 years ago. He was in charge of Reading, Reading Football Club. And I read something, and I didn't quite understand it. It was something to do with the 23-24 season, but nah, scrap that. From Reading, he went, in 18 to 19, he went back to PEC Zwolle, the team that he did a caretaker manager role in 09, the team where he started his youth career in 1992. In 2000, he was only there for a season. In 2019, he was at Feyenoord. So, Ajax, PSV, Feyenoord, he went to all of them. What a Judas. And his last notable managerial position was FC Cincinnati in the US. That was 20 to 21. For the Netherlands, 67 caps, 3 goals. Giant of a player. Absolute giant. Let's talk about him now then with CM. So firing up my player profiles game. The bottom line is, he is prolific. I mean, he starts as a 29-year-old, as you can see, 39 years of age. He is a giant, but he's not top shelf. He should be, but he's not. As you can see, the first few seasons, Lazio, quite prolific, but he's at really the prime of his game. Got a move to Arsenal, still quite prolific. Really did sort of fall off the pace. The funny thing is, right, so when he retired in real life, is when he started to play shit in the game. NEC did have a good season last season for NEC. Yeah, sorry, I got that wrong. So the season before last he did well, and so far this season, I've got Holland up. He's actually having a good season for a 39-year-old. He must play pretty decent with his fucking Zimmer frame. I mean, Jaap Stam, there was issues, weren't there, at Man United? Why he left? Because he was brilliant, and I think it's Man United in this the year CM came out 01-02. Man United had offloaded Jaap Stam for whatever reason. They didn't get Rio Ferdinand until the following year. So that 1 year penciled in year with no real unit was interesting. So that is Jaap Stam. So if you've got any experiences with this big fucking beanpole of a baldy, share it with me. Share it with us. Share your stories. And if you can answer what I'm referring to about where he missed a penalty, because I can't for the fucking life of me remember where he missed a penalty. I know he missed one, and it's too much fucking around trying to check when did Jaap Stam miss a penalty. But yeah, dude, share it with us. Till it's time for me, guys. Take it easy.